Okay, welcome back to the second part of solving equations. This time we're going to be we're kind of introducing that step 2. So I've still got all those same steps, so you don't need to necessarily copy those down, but you need to be refreshing them. So again, this time we're going to be starting, if there's a variable on both sides, we need to remove the lowest one. Okay, so that terminology will be very crucial in a moment, okay, when we get up to it. And then we go through the steps. What's furthest away from the unknown or the variable on the same side as the variable? What's it doing? Do the opposite, do it to both sides, and then repeat. All right, so this first one, I've got 2x plus 3 is equal to x plus 6. So looking at this, obviously there's a lot of you out there that might have just been able to look at those last questions and gone, oh, I know the answer to that. Don't fall into the trap of doing that. Have a process, okay? Maths is, unfortunately, a lot of the time process driven, okay? As life though. Life is about processes, and it's getting out of bed, you do this, you brush your teeth. They're the processes, and maths is the same. It's a very structured way of doing things, as with a lot of things. So I've got 2x. So my point was, you can't necessarily look at this equation and know what the answer is, okay? So the first thing I need to do is look at this and say, if there's a variable on both sides, which there's a 2x and an x, I need to remove the lowest one. So if I've got a 2x and an x, I need to first of all make the decision which one's the lowest. And if I've got one x-ray machine or I've got two x-ray machines, obviously the one with one x-ray machine is the lower one, okay? So I need to get rid of it. If I've got one x-ray machine, how do I get rid of that? What's the opposite of that, getting rid of it? I need to take that x-ray machine away. So I need to minus x from that side. And again, if I do it to one side, I have to do it to the other side. So I need to be clear and know exactly that I'm consistent every time I make a decision. So if I've got two x's there, I take an x away, I've got one x left. I've still got my 3 there, so we can't forget about him on that side. These x's here will cancel each other out, and I'm left with a 6. Now I go on to the next steps and say, what's furthest away from the x on the same side as the x? And it's that 3. What's it doing? It's adding. Therefore, I need to subtract 3, draw my line. What's left on the left-hand side? X. I've got 6 minus 3, which is going to get me 3, and I've finished. Okay? The next one, I've still got one each on both sides. I've got a pronumerals on both sides, so I need to get rid of the lowest one. I've got 4 x's there, and I just realised all my examples have x's in them. I apologise about that. I've got 4x here, and I've got 2x on that side. What's the lowest one? It's 2x. So I need to take that 2x away, all right? So I'm going to take 2x from both sides. If I've got 4x, I take 2x away. I've still got 2x minus 8. My minus 8 is still there. And on this side, they will cancel each other out, and I've got 6. Now I go to my next step. What's furthest away from the x on the same side as it? It's the 8. What's it doing? It's subtracting. So therefore, I need to add 8 into this one. So I'm going to add 8, and I'm going to add 8. And therefore, they will cancel, and I've got 2x is equal to 14. What's furthest away from it now? And I may run out of room here, so I might actually do this now, move that down a little bit. I need to divide by 2. They will cancel those 2's there, so I'm just left with x. If I can simplify it, I should. 14 divided by 2 will get me 7, all right? Moving on to the next one. These next two are definitely the more challenging ones. If I've got 2x on one side and I've got a negative x, I need to make the decision which one is the lowest one. And because it's negative, it's the lowest one. If I've got negative x, how do I get rid of it? I'm going to have to add an x-ray machine. If I've got negative 1 x-ray machine, I'm going to have to add 1 in to get rid of that, okay? So I'm going to have to add x to that side, add x to that side to balance my equation. Do it to one side, I have to do it to the other side. On the left-hand side, if I've got 2x and I add an x, I've actually, sorry about that. I've got 3x, I've still got my negative 8 there, which I'll deal with in a minute, and I've got 7 there. All right, what's furthest away from it at the moment? and I've got a -8 there. What's the opposite of that? It's +8. So I'm going to divide by there. And let's get rid of my little bitmojis here. So what have I got left on the left-hand side? Those 8s will cancel each other out. I've got 3x is equal to 15. Now I look for what's furthest away again. The 3 is. What's it doing? It's multiplying. What's the opposite of multiply? Divide. And it might sound like a broken record, but these are the questions you need to be asking yourself in your head, okay? After a while, okay? It'll just become second nature, all right? They will cancel each other out. I've got x is equal to 5, okay? All right, the last one. I need to make a decision. I've got x's on both sides, variables, pronumerals on both sides. I've got a -2x, I've got a -4x. Which one is further, which one is lower? If you want to think about that. If you've got -2 pounds or -4 pounds, which is the lowest amount of money? It's the -4, if you want to think about it that way. So the -4, even go back to your number line, which one is further away in the negatives? So I'm going to have to add 4x. I'm going to add 4x. I'm going to draw my line. I've still got my 4 here. I'm adding now 2x because I had -2x. I added 4x. I'm up to 2x. I've got 5, and those 4x and -4x cancel each other out. Okay, so now I've got what's furthest away from the x. It's the 4. What's it doing? It's adding because it had that positive out the front. What's the opposite? It's going to be -4. I'm going to subtract -4 from both sides. They will then cancel each other out. And I'm left with a 2x is equal to 1. Now what's furthest away from the unknown or the pronumeral on the same side as the pronumeral? The 2, what's it doing? Multiplying. So therefore I'm going to have to divide by 2. All right, now I'm just going to clean it up a bit. They will cancel out. I've got x is equal to 1 divided by 2, which I can't really simplify. I just want you to write there a half. All right, so I hope that clears that up. If you've got any questions, send me a message and we'll go from there. All right, thanks guys and girls. See ya.